You guys, I can never decide whether to do these things pointing at my window or pointing at the... My phone's on twilight, so it's got kind of an interesting orange tint to it right now. I'm just going to go ahead and make this video with my phone on twilight. So it's been really, really, really deep work through this supermoon and really through the beginning of July. Just really coming into the full unlocking of what I would call the veil of the Antichrist. You know, it's like my angels and the teams that I work of, they say, you know, we should only speak of the light and only speak of love and only speak of the positive. And I believe that in a lot of ways, that that's actually the truth, that I really want to focus on the love and singing the love and singing the light and living the joy and moving into the positive frequencies, because truly they are so close. This beautiful imprint of absolute love and absolute joy and absolute beauty that was never, ever tainted, that was never scarred. This is true. And I believe the more people that can hold that frequency in their authentic, genuine healedness, the more it will lift everything that is causing pain and suffering on this planet. I'm going to say that before I even go into this topic. I do believe that that is true. But I have to say, coming into understanding how pair bonding was created through reversal pair bonding that says death is survival, pain is survival, I need fear to survive, I have to have pain to survive and get love, right? All those are reversal programs. Now, some of these reversal programs come when a mother is pregnant and she has a panic attack, right? If a mother is pregnant with a child, or even when the egg is being created or the sperm is being created, if in that body the person is going through trauma or fear or sadness, those negative emotions, those painful emotions get pair bonded with survival. And so this is a very real thing that happens just because we live on a planet where there's trauma, right? What happens is inside the body brain, trauma gets coded with survival because it's the mother's womb. It's happening in the mother's womb, and the connection to the mother is that fear in that moment. So that gets imprinted on that piece of the body brain, that fear is my survival, right? Because it's coming from the mother. And so if a mother has a baby and she has a predominant emotion of sadness or, fear or confusion, that baby gets imprinted with being attached to those emotions for its survival. So that's understanding. That's one of the things that binds us to the pain body, okay? And that's a lesser thing. That affects us. That definitely affects us as we grow. We have to try to find a way to unpair bond and say, and really get that it's safe to let go of sadness. It's safe to let go of fear, right? That there's this love holding us, and that goodness and light are what we want to experience, and that we're not going to die if we let go of fear, right? So that's a big one. I'm not going to die if I let go of fear. Just because mom had a lot of fear when I was in the womb doesn't mean that I'm pair bonded to fear for my survival. You see? Isn't that a big one? I mean, that's a big one. Now, I had so much of that pair bond in me that when I got my panic attacks at age 18, they became debilitating agoraphobia, right? The difference between a person who just has panic attacks, and they're kind of disturbing and they're not very fun, but life goes on and you learn to deal with them. And, the difference between a person who has simple panic attack, panic disorder syndrome, excuse me, my eyes have a lot of sleep, or becomes debilitated and totally imprisoned by fear, is how much reversal programming they have. How much does that soul How much was that soul programmed that fear is my safety, right? That fear is my mother. And if the soul has a lot of that programming, then when a panic attack comes, that soul is going to cling to that thing like a security blanket. Isn't it interesting to think, right? That this reversal program is, I must cling to fear or I will die. So you can see how insidious that is, right? I've suffered from panic attacks for 37 and a half years because that pair bonding of fear and survival was so strong in me. My brother got panic attacks, barely it did affect his life, but not very much. He pretty much went on with his life, pretty much like normal. I love my dear brother. I know he has suffered from it too. Everyone in our family, except for my dad, had panic attacks, in their genetics. So I want to talk about that. So that at the end of the night, when we're all waking up from these crazy reversal pair bonds and we're being, in order to go to our highest timelines, we have to let go of all bondage to the pain body. This idea that pain gets us anything, that fear gets us anything, that trauma gets us anything, that magnifying and focusing on pain gets us anything, has to go. There can be no reward left in the body that says, oh yes, I need this pain to survive. No. So we have to do this programming that makes a pair bond between all of the positive emotions, right? The light receptivity, the emotions, I'm going to sit up, the emotions of positive receptivity, like joy, like gratitude, like well-being. And we have to start pair bonding well-being with our survival. And this is primitive. This is the primitive brain that has these old pair bonds. So this takes singing and hypnosis and, tapping out the fear. This takes really coming into the body and talking to the body and saying, look, body, I know that you believed or still believe that you need pain to survive. But I'm here to tell you that love is what will take you into more and deeper survival. That well-being will help you live a life of joy. That joy is your friend. That love is your friend. That life-giving emotions are actually what you want to cultivate. Everything you learned is the opposite. Life is love. The true mother is not fear. The true mother is love. And so it's amazing how this reversal programming, the very DNA is like, no, you're the imposter. Love is the imposter. Life is the imposter. Death and fear are what I need to survive, right? So now we can understand, we can have compassion for beings that stay in these victim places, that keep trauma patterns coming over and over and over because they were conditioned. They were conditioned with the program that fear and trauma are the only way I'm going to stay alive. So we have to reprogram. We have to reprogram the child in us. Now, not everyone has these programs at a huge level. It's right. This is connected to your mission. Are you here to really lift the satanic reversal? Or is that really a part of what your life is? And God knows I am. I am a matrix holder for this thing. That's why I've lived in this incredible bondage to fear. And so understanding how to lift this is, I think, really important because we've got to reverse, go back to what the true programming, the truth that love is the mother, that life is what we want, that well-being is what will bring us the greater goodness, that our nourishment is in the positive virtues. Our nourishment is in the positive states. It's not in the negative states. And this can be depending on how deep the programming goes. Now, if children that are rescued from the underground where they've gone through incredible abuse are going to need deep programming with love, with life, with really taking the risk to let go of fear, because they were programmed with fear is my mother, torture is my home. This is the program. So we have to say, no, 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 no. You got to risk coming out of the torture and letting love in. You're not going to die if you let love in. You're not going to die if you move towards the light. That's the big program. The terror of moving towards the light is so extreme, it has held me in bondage for nearly 38 years. This is real. This kind of programming goes so deep. It goes into the blood, it goes into the bones, it goes into the skin. It goes so deep. So we literally have to take these children and put them into this love and compassion and patience. There's going to be a lot of patience of just waiting with them while they're in limbo, not able to come to the light. We're just going to have to sit there with them and hold their hands in loving witness and let them come to the love in their own time. Because that's exactly what happened for me. You know, my whole body brain was so infused with its home being the Dark Mother that it took 4 hours of work yesterday, and the super moon was supporting it, to really actually begin to change the programming in my core inner child, that the real mother is a mother of love. The real mother is the mother of life. The real mother is the mother that brings the good things. The real mother is not torture, forced happiness, weird reversal. It's not. The real mother is love. The real mother is love. And the other affirmation that we had to keep saying is, I stand in the truth and I am safe. Right? Because this programming that's been done to the kids through the abuse is about hiding the truth. So the fear of the truth, the fear of standing in the truth, and the need to pretend that they're happy is a huge part of this program. So we have to help the children know that telling the truth, they'll be safe. That living in their truth, they're safe. That love is the real mother. That they're worthy of love. That love is the mother. That they won't die if they move towards love. Right? It's so deep. This programming is so deep. But it's coming off on the planet. It's happening. I'm a matrix holder for this program coming off. So we know that the children and all who have suffered this, massive SRA, I don't even like saying the words, are all going to be freed. And they're going to be coming into this world like deer in the headlights. And they're going to have to be reoriented toward the truth. That love is the mother. That they can live, that they can change their beings into love-based beings and not die. That they will be protected and upheld, and they will have help to be deprogrammed and to be lifted into the light. And I think this is going to be a process. I don't know how long it will take, but I think we're going to have clinics, receiving clinics, where we just fill these children with so much love and compassion and patience as they reorient toward the truth, that they are love, and that love is life, not torture. That actually love is life. Love is the mother. So this is what's happening in my own being. It's the fight of my life. Every single night I have to deal with the child that thinks we have to go to the underworld in order to survive. Very resistant to letting the Christed codes bring my body into the divine blueprint. And I'm working with my friend who's doing a surrogate work with me. She's working with the organelles preconception. She's working all the way through to help me transform these reversals. And once I do this, I feel like perhaps, part of my mission is to start a clinic, is to start a receiving room where the children can come and be helped to come home to the mother, the true mother of their own divine love and the divine love all around them. So I don't know. I mean, I'd much rather just sing happy songs and lead song circles and just be a beacon of light through my joy. But I also want to be here. I want to be in service to assisting the beings that are coming out of the underworld in any way that I can. And I'm not sure what God's plan is for me. I have no clue. Right now, I just have to get myself out of this matrix. I have to get to the point where I can go to sleep at night and not offer myself to the underworld to be tortured. I'm almost at that point. I went to sleep last night and there was a fight. I could feel all the reversal programming calling me into death, into the torture. But I was fighting it and I didn't go there. But the real knowing that I'm actually out of this thing is when I go to sleep and there's no fight. I can actually see the negative portal opening up and I don't even go there. I don't even get pulled in one bit. And that's when it's over. That's when the pull of the underworld, the Christed frequency is strong enough in my body that I can't be pulled even toward that direction anymore. And I think this is very much paralleling the earth. She is still moving into her station of identity, which is beyond the fear matrix. She's still pulling out of it. And I believe I'm kind of neck and neck with the earth. We're both pulling out towards our alignment with Andromeda, which is our alignment for ascension. So in that supermoon, we were pulling the earth out of all trajectory of descending reversal spirals. No way she can be pole shifted out of her ascending timeline because she is moving. And as a matrix holder for her, I've always been a matrix holder, a microcosm for this beautiful earth. So that in my process, she and I would be in solidarity. That's what I signed up for. So I know that this reversal code is coming out of the earth grid. And as it does, all the children will be free. Will be freed from the underworld. All the rings will be brought to the surface, and these children will have to have a place where they can be received and deprogrammed. So it's a heavy topic. It's a very heavy topic, but that's what this supermoon brought for me. Feeling so thankful that I listened to my intuition. I was going to go to a festival this weekend. You know, it's like that last attempt to follow the glamour of some outside thing so I won't have to feel the depth of what's been done to me on the inside. And I am so glad I gave back my ticket and I knew that my body was calling me to undo these final locks on the veil of the Antichrist for myself and for the earth and for all who come after and for all who are going through this right now, for all who find themselves living a life where there's way more pain than they understand. And other people are like, why are you so focused on pain? Why do you tell these negative stories? Why can't you just move into the light? You know, you're creating this reality. You hear that. Man, you get that metaphysical law of attraction bashing that says, you know, why are you so fucked up? You know, you need to just move towards the light. You're choosing this. And no, absolutely not. We were programmed through incredible torture when we had absolutely no free will. And until we get to those core traumas, we don't have the free will to just stand in the light. Right? We have to go through those encodements and decode them. And pair bond the knowing that it's safe to be happy. It's safe to be alive. Love is the mother. Once we get this, yes, then we have the free will. Then we have the free will choice to turn towards the mother. But as long as that programming remains unconscious and we're not actively working with that negative decision, multiple negative decisions that are programmed into the soul, into the body, into the bones, into the blood, multiple negative programs, until we're in there actually shedding those programs, we do not have free will. So please don't look at people who are in really intense pain and say, you're creating this. Help them. On some level, yes. On some level, we can choose what we magnify. But boy, these really deep core programs are really what determine where a soul's energy will be focused, because they believe they need that to survive. And so we have to help them get down to the core of the core of the core, so they can lift those linchpins in the coffin and step out. Then they have the free will. At that point, you can say, come towards the light. Let's go play. Let's create in the light. And then they can learn how to acclimate themselves toward risking letting light into themselves when all they've known is darkness. So it's a slow process. It's like, okay, tiptoe into the light. Did it kill me? Okay, no. I'm actually okay. And then little by little, they learn how to let the light in. And then they let the Christic energy flow through their beings, and they begin living in a love-based state, which is true happiness. It's not the forced happiness that comes from the torture. Because speaking from my experience, when I was tortured, they forced me to force happiness, to pretend like I was happy. That's how they bury the torture. So that's part of the program, is shedding that the efforting to appear happy when you're really absolutely miserable. That's part of the reversal programming. So we have to learn that genuine happiness is possible. Happiness that bubbles up from being loved, being truly held in Divine Mother's lap. The genuine happiness that happens when we let life in. So this is the process of moving from satanic ritual abuse into ascension. And every being that has been trapped in this will have to go through this big deprogramming and rewiring. So just sending so much love and so much compassion for all who have been through this in past lives, all who are still going through this right now that have not yet been freed. Knowing that we witness you, we see you, and those of us that are here to serve you will be here for you. When you need this rehabilitation, we will be here for you, 100%. Oh, just having to just hold the knowing that liberation is at hand for the children. And of course the perpetrators who are so lost, many of them will not stay on the planet. They will be rehabilitated on other planets. Sending so much love to everyone involved. The policemen that will come and have to bust these rings. What they will see and what they will go through. Sending so much love and compassion to them. The families that will get back their children. The pain of the shock and the numbness that they will encounter in their loved ones. May all return to perfect safety and perfect love. May all be lifted from these contracts with torture and pain into the deep love of the Divine Holy Mother and the Divine Holy Father. May all come to allow love and light to course through their beings, unobstructed from any false beliefs. May all the children of the sun return to the sun of the mother's heart. Hey, who's here with me? Hi, Mark. Hi, Troy. Oh, nice to see you guys. Mark, I tried to call you, but I couldn't remember your number. Will you message me? I'd love to see you and Barbara. Yeah, so, I know it's a really deep topic, but this is what's coming. It's coming really soon, right? Because I've been a matrix holder for this bondage, and it's lifting in me. So I know that as this linchpin is lifting in me, it's lifting in the whole earth grid, and it's lifting for all the children. There's also a lot of adults that have been tortured and programmed, but it's mostly the children. Because it's in the state of infancy and childhood where they can really have the child be vulnerable to the program. So, may all children be free. May all beings be happy. And may I finally be able to go to sleep without being pulled into the torture. I know I'm close. Man, I worked for 4.5 hours yesterday. I've been waking up since 1998, July of 1998. 40% of my nights have been spent taken into torture since 1998. I just can't, it's just crazy. That's how I know that it's ending, because if it's ending for me, it's ending for all. Thank you, God. Sending so much love. Mark, let's play The River Runs Through Me. I love that song so much. River runs through me. I can't remember it exactly. Oh, river. Such a beautiful song. All right, loves. You two guys represent like 200,000 people to me. My core soul family. All right, much love, and anybody that you find in your life that is addicted to the pain body, that's suffering from panic attacks, that's suffering from severe depression, send them to me. This is my specialty. I realize now. And if I can't help them, I will try to direct them to someone who can. Right? I don't know how, once I get out of this, I may be able to just help so many people without having any effect to myself, because I'll be standing so firmly in the Christ, but I'll be able to meet them in the dark caves and draw them towards the dawn, right? Because I will have been through all the dark sections of this possession. So just remember me, should people come into your life that are really, really suffering. Just send them to me. I really, really, really want this journey of mine to not be in vain, to serve to liberate as many people as I possibly can. Why else would I come? Why else would I come? All right. Much, much love and happy supermoon. We're still in the repercussions, right? We're still vibrating in this incredible power. The power of the turning point from darkness to light. In every way that means something in your life. May you open, may you pivot more and more toward love. Toward your highest timeline of joy and celebration. Woohoo! Go team, go! We're running into the dawn. Yes, we are. All right. Ciao for now, guys. And thanks for watching with me this morning. Thanks for being here in this deep, deep topic. Bye.